Guys, things are hotting up in the league. There are 2 points between the top 4 teams, and we have a game in hand. The other reason it's hot up in here is because I'm sat by a radiator and I've got a jumper on. And a lot of you will be wondering, Mike, why are you wearing a jumper? It's because it's one of the few items of clothes that now fits me. This lockdown is playing absolute havoc with me at the moment. I have no idea what's going on. And yes, I'm sure a lot of you were thinking, oh, Manchester United today, he'll take aim at Ollie. Kind of makes it difficult when United are actually doing well in real life. It's not as fun as it used to be. And annoyingly, they're doing quite well in the Premier League as well. You can tell that they're third. They didn't win it last year, but they won the Champions League last year. So we're actually playing the reigning champions of Europe. It feels wrong just saying that. Especially with this bloody donkey in charge, isn't it? But let's not focus on United. Let's focus on Sporting Lisbon, because ultimately that's where we are. We may well take the United job at one day stage run, but eventually when Ollie gets sacked, surely. In terms of where we've been, you've missed a fair bit. We got to a League Cup final and lost on penalties to Braga, which wasn't great. We always said that we wouldn't worry about the League Cup, though, because it's not on the list of things that we need to worry about. And it was literally after a game against Benfica and not too far off since the game against Madeira. I wanted to get towards the Champions League. That was the most important thing. In the interim, though, we've had the Portuguese Cup semi-final, which we had against Tondela. We got a little bit lucky with Tondela and we beat them, so we're going to be playing Porto in the final. A team, obviously, we've got a pretty decent record against in recent months. And that's not till the final day of the season, so lots to look forward to there. There's a good chance of winning a trophy that Mourinho won, so that's one final that we're into. The more important thing is that we lost in the league. Finally, Santa Clara out of absolutely nowhere, and of course you'll want to know where Santa Clara are. They're nearly bottom of the league, second from bottom. So obviously they beat us away from home. Of course they did. But we have bounced back. We beat Tondela in the league and then beat Belenenses. Sad. Didn't make me sad this time. We beat them, and today we'll be taking on 5th place Guimarães, which is going to be a very difficult game away at their gaff before we take on Manchester United at Old Trafford in the Champions League. Now, if you were to ask me which competition am I going to focus on more, it is obviously going to be the league. The chance of us winning the Champions League is very slim. The chance of us winning the league, not so much. Because, yes, while it says that we're in 4th, one win with our game in hand will take us up to top. And that would be the first time that we have topped the league, I believe, since I actually took charge. Well, at least in a long, long time since I took charge anyway. But Porto had the chance to play Belenenses today. They'll probably win that game, so they'll stay ahead of us. The more important thing, though, is that we keep on winning, keep the form up. Benfica are now the only undefeated team in the league, which upsets me a little bit. But I don't care as long as we win at the end of the season. That is all that matters. So, for the game against Guimarães today, it is going to be our first team. It's worth noting as well, I have made some official signings. And that's because I have sold a few players, and as you know, one of them is being Luis Maximiliano, who went to Liverpool. I've also sold Jovan Cabral. He has now gone to Fiorentina for £10.5 million. Not played particularly that well. Bradley Dack has gone to Saint Etienne for £3.5 million. So that was good because we got him on a free and made a £3.5 million profit out of him. Jesus, Mike. So with that money, I've managed to go off and I've spent the money. Obviously, we got Hlozek in the last episode. I've now officially bought Pedro Porro and Manuel Ugarte, who will be who is now officially joined the club. He was originally obviously on loan from Bayern. I've now bought the wonder kid in the middle of the park, and my God, am I happy about it. £23 million is an absolute steal. We only pay £11 million up front. The other £12 million will be over the course of another year or so. Brilliant. And then we bought Porro with the release clause at £79.75 million. That is not the only signing that I've made. Get excited. We know that we're going to be in Portugal for a couple more years, probably. Sandro Tonali will be part of my Sporting Lisbon side when that comes round to it. Yes, Palhinha can probably go, which means I'm going to be able to bring in some more money. And for that, then, I've signed Sandro Tonali from Brescia. He is on a pre-contract coming in then at the start of July in 2022. I could not be any more excited than I am. That is an absolute bargain. Just goes to show, maybe people are beginning to underestimate us now. Maybe they think there is something building here. I certainly seem to think that there is. It's worth noting that with Maximiano going, I have decided to bring in one of our youngsters. 16-year-old Francisco Lopez, who looks like he could be quite a good goalkeeper, is now officially going to be our number 2. But hopefully he won't get to play too much, because at the moment this team is pretty much as good as it gets. 3 Inez in goal. Mendes, Quaresma, Guillamon and Porro make up the back 4. Then you've got Polina, Ugarte and Gonçalves. What else could it be? Hlozek is playing very well on the left-hand side. Scored in his last 3 games. Nuno also playing very well on the right-hand side. You can tell they're playing at 7.52. He's been sensational this year. And Patrick Cutrone still leading the line with 18 goals to his name. Sparra is now happy with the amount of football he's getting, even though I haven't played him. So he was basically throwing his toys out the pram. I can understand it. He was our top scorer last year, but he's not been as good this year. Cutrone has. Things change. I don't tend to read these comments on the social media side of things, because I always find them bollocks, and I just don't really like social media in general. But Nuno needs to improve quickly if he's starting. He's literally our best player this season. Cutrone is going to show everyone why he deserves more playing time. He's our number 1 striker and has played every minute of every game for the last 20 games. We've been pretty decent of late with this shape. It hasn't changed since I got here. Right, I'm going to tell the boys I expect to win here. Guimaraes aren't actually that far behind us. I believe they're only about 5 points behind us in the table, but they have played 2 more games. But the important thing here is that we try and at least... Well, these are the games I need to win. Away from home, we've been creeping back into some sort of bad habits, really, of conceding a goal and not really looking as threatening. And we got to kick those out very, very quickly. We do look a lot more threatening, I think, when we got Klose and Nuno and Cutrone playing. Those 3 up front seem to have a really good understanding, and they have been playing very well together. The important thing recently is that the midfield have been chipping in with more goals. Ugarte definitely gets more goals from midfield. Gonçalves is obviously getting a lot more. He's already up to double figures, I think, this season, so he's played really well. Polina still not really kind of cutting the mustard, but that's why Tonali is coming in next year. He might provide me with a little bit more in that DM position. But Hlozek here making a good ball into Ugarte. I was talking about him scoring more goals. He's missed not a sitter by any stretch, but it was a good chance. And now Carlos Jr. has roasted me here on that outside. Carlos Jr. hits it wide. Very, very open-ended there. 20 minutes in for the first highlight, but a shot for either team. Bit of a shame Ugarte couldn't hit that away, though. I thought that had fallen to him nicely and we were going to finish that. Not so. This is pretty synonymous with what I've been talking about of us being away from home, is that we've had 1 highlight where both teams could have scored, and other than that, it's been very dire, not a lot to really get excited about. And considering that we're attacking, it's not very good. The front guys haven't really done anything here. Polina is not providing them with a lot of effort, really, in that midfield. He's not providing the kind of stable base for them to start building attacks from, so I'm wondering maybe if I take him off, but we'll wait for the minute. And if I need to, I'll bring on another forward. But we're pretty decent from set pieces. As Nuno whips the ball in, Mensah's hit it clear. Get there first, Polina. That's better. Porro, lovely run to the byline. Oh, that's not good from him, though. Porro, he's given the ball away. He could have delayed it there. He could have passed it so many times there, Porro, and he's let them in. Carlos Jr.'s in. Don't foul him. That's an awful effort. If that's the best this game has to offer, then we're in for a spectacle, viewers. Saka on the right plays it into Oliver to Pedro Henrique, obviously old player of ours. Almeida in behind. Carlos Jr. scored 1-0, and you can't say the Guimaraes don't really deserve it. They've been the better team, really. I mean, we've had even amount of highlights. They've just done us there. That's not brilliant from Guillamon. Sugar. Right, okay, not a good day so far, so we need to change it. Polina's coming off, Troy Parrott's coming on. It didn't take me long to make that decision. Parrott on you come, we're going 4-4-2, complete forward, get that on. I'm going to let Gonçalves go a little bit more attacking, and yeah, we'll go with that for a minute. We're going to have to try and do this now in like 15-minute segments. Even if I can get a draw, I won't be disappointed. I will. We're not going to get a draw here because George, issues from set pieces continue. It's yet another goal conceded from a corner. Not what I needed. Closet, great ball over the top. Now, please, a bit of composure. Nuno whips it in. Paddy. How has he missed that? How has Cutrone missed that? I'm really, really going for it now. You can tell here. I've got to do something. I'm not one to sit back and just let things happen. So we're going full attack at the moment with one of the weirdest formations you'll ever see. This could end up being, 5-0, but I have to try something. It's been one of the worst performances of my tenure as manager. Good, don't get me wrong, Guimaraes are a good side. They're 5th for a reason, but this is really, really poor. Rakino whips it in. It's nearly another goal from a set piece. I've changed the set piece tactics. We're all over the place from set pieces. The delivery is so good, though, as well. I mean, it doesn't help that every delivery that comes in is literally like a Kevin De Bruyne ball. It doesn't help. I've said to them unlucky. I don't know why. I should have berated them. I have been, but I can't keep getting angry at them every time we lose a game. It's going to happen eventually now and again. Guimaraes has really upped their game. They just really upped the game. I couldn't do anything about it. Not a good day. Not a good day. But we still have the game in hand. That's the most important thing. I think, maybe. I could have coped with a draw, but to come out of that with absolutely nothing is incredibly disappointing. Okay, well, we're off to Old Trafford then, and I am going to give the same team a chance at redemption. There's no point in me changing it around. I'm going to give them a chance to prove that that was just a one-off and that we can still do it. We beat Bayern away from home with this lineup. We can do it again. Looking at United then, they've actually not got that many changes really. They have got Jadon Sancho, which I didn't realise. That's annoying. They've got Danilo at the back. Maybe someone we could target. They've got Aaron Ramsey, Odriozola. But other than that, it's not too bad. Dean Henderson still can't get in ahead of David De Gea, which is baffling. An away goal is incredibly important. I've told the boys I expect to see a much better performance today. Hopefully that will motivate them a little bit. Remember, we're going up against the European champions. This could be anything. We could well win this. I have no idea what to expect. But let's give it a go. Come on, boys. So the lineup with a 4-2-3-1. We've got Sancho on the right. I reckon we might be able to get at Maguire. If we can use the pace to get in at Maguire, I think we'll be in business. But he's done really well to pick that up. And Donny van der Beek, I mean, he's even playing, which is a mistake in itself, to be fair, because that never happens in real life. Goncalves! That's a sensational save from David De Gea. Brilliant counter there, and I thought we were going to take a shock 1-0 lead. Oh, God, shut down Fernandes. Obviously playing against his old club. Hopefully he'll be quiet. He shouldn't want to do it against us. Come on, mate. We made you. Nuno, it's the ball in. De Gea punches it clear. This is concerning. Greenwood's pace is very concerning. What a tackle that is, but what a load of bollocks by the second touch. Greenwood, penalty at United by any chance? No, never. Polina, for God's sake, why did you make that tackle? At least some things never change. It is definitely going to be a penalty at Old Trafford. Can you believe it? Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, that was never not going to happen, was it? I should have realised I'd be 1-0 down just from that alone. Fernandes against his old club. Go on, mate. Do us a favour and miss. Fernandes tucks it away. And he even celebrates. You bastard. As usual, United are given a lovely helping hand. I keep thinking that Polina is actually quite good. The real honest truth is that I don't know how good he actually is. I think he's decent. He's a good leader. But I wouldn't say for a minute that my team would be a lot worse if Polina wasn't playing. Goncalves had the best chance for us, and really we've not featured in the game since. It's been all United, as you'd expect, once they get their customary pen. I won't let that go. I'm not going to let it slide. Tellez on the ball, back to Maguire. I'm getting a little bit concerned. Even a 1-0 is not the end of the world. Just can't let them score too many more, as Marcus Rashford makes it 2. We spend about £30 million on our team, if we're lucky, a year. They spend about £300 million on their team a year, so I'm not surprised by the scoreline. I'm just disappointed in the manner of it happening. Brilliant ball by Van der Beek. Porro gets caught napping. Not good. Corner. Nuno whips it in. I mean, his deliveries have been absolutely atrocious today. De Gea. I mean, we're making David De Gea look like prime De Gea, not now De Gea. We're going for a real period of poorness at the moment. You can tell that defeat is really, really sucking us in as Mason Greenwood makes it 3. Classic United at Old Trafford. Get a penalty and then counter-attack you to death. They're just too good, and we're not good enough. Goodbye, Champions League dreams. I'm angry. Water bottle's been thrown. They're motivated. Good for you. Well done on being motivated. You, Polina, can piss right off. Off you come. Eric Garcia's coming on. I'm going to put Guillaume on back in there. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to do something I don't often do. We're going 5 at the back, and I'm going to let Porro and Mendes go a bit further forward. Let them go and roam down that midfield. I'm really disappointed. I couldn't be more disappointed than I am, to be fair. Cutrone's not turned up. None of them are turned up. It's been really poor. This is probably going to be 4, I'd hazard a guess. I mean, that's brilliant defending, but it's so poor. Like, he's literally unmarked on the edge of the box. Bruno whips in another corner. Pogba 4-0. It's pathetic. I'm being beaten 4-0 by United. I genuinely thought we might be able to come here and maybe do something. We went away and we beat Bayern Munich comfortably. We've been absolutely battered in this game. Fair play to United. It's completely wrong. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's an awful manager, but we'll go with it. The players are demotivated because I told them they were unlucky. I think it might be time for a team meeting. We can do better, and everyone's happy with that. We've had our wings clipped, it's safe to say. When you actually look at it in the cold light of day, that's 4 defeats in our last 8 games. It's not good enough, really, is it? And normally I would say we'd come back for the return leg, but what's the point? I think we will have to play the Porto game, and I'm not going to bother playing the second leg against United. What we'll do now is we'll focus on the league. We're out of the Champions League. There is no getting around it. A really poor performance in that has cost us. Maybe I should have just shut up shop and when we went 1-0 down and played for that, and then maybe we could go and try and beat them at our gaff, but you always want to get an away goal, and I couldn't get it done. So it's on me. I have to take it on the chin. It is what it is. So next time we'll come back for Ferreira, and we'll come back for the away game against Porto, which could well be crucial in our quest for a title. We've got 2 home games against Porto Nonsense and Maritimo coming up soon. So hopefully they give us a chance to bounce back. The team meeting went well. Hopefully we'll pull something out of the bag, but I'm not really confident of that, I won't lie. So that went well, didn't it? Not 1 goal for us, and we conceded 6 over the space of 2 games. The United game, I can kind of take it on the chin, but the Guimaraes game has really worried me, actually. There's a worrying trend getting into our away performances again. Not good enough. But thank you so much for watching this episode of Match and Mourinho. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I know that we're probably out of the Champions League now. Do you reckon we can make it? I don't think so either. But can we? We'll still win the title. Let me know down what you think in the comment section. What do you think of the signings? Are they good? I hope so. Tonali next year might make things a little bit easier, but we just got to focus on the league now. And we are in a cup final. Let's not forget that. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Please do like and share and subscribe. And until I see you again, stay cool.